Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. And it's day 9 since I started down this crazy path of another diagnosis. It's been a little bit of a challenge. The last 9 days have been a whirlwind of emotions and a whirlwind of just trying to not let the mentality just go down the drain and trying to stay positive and trying to stay just motivated in what is potentially becoming a pretty serious battle coming up here. And I wanted to. I got out on the bike today, so I was able to get some exercise and just kind of get some fresh air and feel good and feel kind of like things are definitely not normal, but just feeling like things are okay. And that little bit of exercise really made a big difference into just let me kind of process all this information that is slowly unfolding in front of me here. I was talking with my wife when I got home, and she's starting to feel a little bit numb to it also, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we've been through this once before. And because of this, we kind of know what to expect. We kind of know the drill. And not everyone can say that. For us that have gone through or for those that have gone through having cancer multiple times, I think you'll really understand and appreciate this, that when you start feeling bad and when you start kind of assessing what is going on and you go through this process of trying to figure out what's happening, you can start to once you start getting answers, I think you start to feel a lot better about the situation, even though it might seem pretty grave at the time. And I think a lot of it has to do with just you've been through the process before. The first time you ever go through cancer, there's so much unknown going on. There's so much fear that it's hard you just don't understand the experience, and you don't know what's going to happen. When you go through cancer a second time, which I am going to find out exactly what is going on this next week, you kind of have this idea and this knowledge going into it that you've done this before. This isn't unfamiliar territory. So you can kind of adjust your mindset and adjust your mentality into, okay, we've done this before. Now I can kind of switch on the fight mode and kind of approach it from that direction. And that's kind of where I'm at. It took me a couple days. I think I was just, yeah, I almost made, it was 9 years in remission total, 10 years since I was originally diagnosed. And because of that, I was kind of, I was doing all right. And it wasn't that I'd become complacent to the possibility of having cancer again. It just, things were going good. My body felt great. I feel great right now, aside from not being able to breathe. And that all is because I can't, biking is what kind of reared this ugly demon that's going on. And because of that, I'm here to figure this out. I want to know why I can't breathe, and I'm slowly getting to the bottom of it. So at the end of the day, that is what feels really good to me. That is what feels like, okay, the outcome of the test that I'm going to do this next week. And this coming week, Monday, I have biopsies that are going to happen in my armpit. Needle biopsies is what we're shooting for. And then on Wednesday, I'm having a PET scan to see if it's growing and see if it's glowing at all also. So for those of you that have had PET scans, you totally understand what I'm saying about this. So yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, and within a total of 2 weeks, there's a very good chance we're gonna have a diagnosis of what I got. I'm still semi-optimistic that it is something other than cancer. It could be, maybe it's benign, maybe, and there's something else going on, and maybe there's just some weird, I have some weird lung disease or something that I've gotten maybe from working or from who knows, you know. But I think at the end of the day, just what we see is most likely some sort of a reoccurrence of a lymphoma, and whether that is Hodgkin's or some sort of non-Hodgkin's, I don't know. We won't know until the pathology comes back, and then we can really start figuring out what the next approach is. And yeah, and if for some reason it isn't lymphoma and it's something else, and hey, you know, that's, I guess I'm kind of taken. I finally have had, I guess, a moment where I feel like I'm getting some clarity. I'm having a moment of like sureness that whatever happens is going to be okay. And it's taken me a little bit. I've been kind of just really feeling deflated over the last 9 days, and today was the first day I really kind of felt kind of back to myself again and feeling okay, and just kind of ready to take this bull by the horns and show who's boss, you know, at the end of the day. And so that's the deal right now. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling, and I'm going to continue going down this road. For those of you that are kind of new to this experience, it's totally understandable, and it's totally okay to feel a lot of anxiety and a lot of angst and frustration, and it's okay to ask a lot of questions. Just be aware that some of those questions that you ask, you may never get answers to, and you have to learn to be okay. And that's what is so important about forgiveness and forgiving yourself, because at some point you got to just let it go, and you got to kind of focus on what is happening right now and what is going to be happening, you know, in the near-sighted future. So, you know, please forgive yourself for what is going on. If you feel like you've done some weird stuff in the past, well, that's okay. You can forgive yourself. It's only going to help yourself figure out your head and what you need and the mindset you need to be in order to fight this. For those of you that have gone through cancer, again, you completely understand what I'm saying. Sure, it sucks. Sure, it's a battle, and sure, you're going to face some of the same things that you did originally in your first round, and you know, dealing with your mortality, dealing with, you know, financial issues and all that. That's all real. That's all things that are going to happen and will happen and continue to happen. But just be aware that, you know, time is our friend on this, and to be patient and to let everything do what it needs to in order to kind of move forward. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to make it happen faster than you want, because when that starts to come into play, then you start to rush things start to get skipped, and once you start missing certain aspects of whether it's treatment or whether that's treating yourself correctly after treatment, it's all part of the game, and it's all part of the battle that you go through as you're battling cancer, you know. That's the whole thing. Got to get through the cancer side of it first, and then you can start rebuilding yourself after. And that's what Internal Architect's all about, is rebuilding yourself after cancer. So I'm it's very possible I'm looking at starting to rebuild myself for a second time after this, and that's what I'm going to look at, and that's what I'm going to focus on, is kind of laying the foundation work for what needs to happen there. And I've already kind of set the blueprint in motion for that, and that's what I talk about in my book. So yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate your time and energy into watching the videos I put out there. I'm going to continue updating you I'm trying to do it every day if I have a moment in time, and then if you have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section below, and I will respond to them as soon as I can. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting time, an interesting topic for everyone, but I just want to say thank you again. Appreciate your time and energy, and I will see you on the next video.